Napapansin ko nowadays sa mga trading communities, as gusto nilang aralin yung mga may hirap na strategies. Maybe because they think na kapag mas mahirap yung strategy, mas effective. But trust me, when you gain some experience in trading, you will realize that the simpler, the better. Tulad ng moving average indicator, hindi pinapansin ng karamihan maybe because of its simplicity, but they don't know that this indicator is one of the most useful indicators out there. And sa video na to, pag-uusapan natin yung mga iba't ibang gamit ng moving average indicator at yung mga strategies na pwede nating gamitin para mapataas ang ating accuracy when it comes to trading. The moving average indicator shows us the average price of an asset over a specific period, which make it easier for us to identify trends and market direction. Tinutulungan din tayo nito na ma-filter out yung random market noise by smoothing the price data, and it allows us to have a clearer decision making. Paano nga ba kinukuha ang moving average? Sa chart na to, meron tayong 9-period moving average. Para makuha natin yung value ng moving average sa period na to, bibilang tayo ng last 9 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ipa-plus natin lahat ng closing prices ng mga yan at i-divide natin sa 9 para makuha natin yung average price. At yun yung lalabas na moving average natin. Dito naman, halimbawa, pag gusto natin kunin yung moving average sa period na to, bibilang ulit tayo ng last 9 candles since 9 period na yung ginagamit natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I-add natin yung closing price ng 9 candles na yan at i-divide natin sa 9. Pag nakuha natin yung average, somewhere here yung magiging value ng moving average natin. So for each candle, meron tayong katumbas na moving average. At pag pinag-connect mo lahat yan, dyan nabubuo yung ating simple moving average. So simple as that. Maraming iba't ibang klase ng moving average, pero merong dalawa na pinaka-ginagamit. Yun ay yung exponential moving average at simple moving average. Basically, ang pinagkaiba ng dalawa is that yung exponential moving average is more sensitive to price action. It reacts faster when the price changes. For example, meron tayong 9-period moving average sa chart. Magdagdag tayo ng exponential moving average at makikita natin, palitan natin ng color at makikita natin na mas unang gumagalaw yung exponential moving average. For example, yung price ay tumataas, makikita natin na mas unang tumaas yung exponential moving average compared sa ating simple moving average. Another example, dito makikita natin na pababa na yung exponential moving average, pero sa simple moving average, paakyat pa yung kanyang direction. But does it mean na mas magandang gamitin yung exponential moving average because it reacts faster to the price action? Not necessarily. Still, it depends with the market context and your personal trading style. The first one is trend identification. As you can see in this example, ang ginagamit natin ay 50 simple moving average. And makikita natin na yung price is trading below our 50 moving average. And it tells us na yung price na yun ay nasa downtrend. Sa chart naman na to, makikita natin na yung price is trading above our 50 moving average. And as you can see clearly, ngayon na yung price ay nasa uptrend. Pwede rin natin gamitin ang moving average to identify a sideways trend. And as you can see in this chart, makikita natin that the price is overlapping our moving average. So this one tells us na yung price is now in a sideways trend. Makikita natin sa chart na to ang isang example kung paano ginamit ang moving average as support or resistance level. From this area, yung price ay nagsimulang bumaba, natamaan yung ating moving average, and nagkaroon ng rejection. Kaya yung price ay nagsimulang tumaas. Nagpatuloy yung pagtaas ng price until sa area na to, bumaba ulit at natamaan na naman yung ating moving average. At makikita natin na ninerespect ng price yung ating moving average. Therefore, it acts as a support level. So, from here, yung price ay nagsimula ulit umakyat. So, nagpatuloy lang umakyat yung price hanggang dito. Nagsimula ulit siyang bumaba. And once again, for the last time, it hits our moving average or our dynamic support level. Nagsimula na naman, umakyat yung price, and this time, nag-breakout yung ating price. It went below our moving average. Looking at the same chart, makikita natin after mag-breakdown ng price below sa ating moving average, nag-continue siya pababa but quickly it went up again and natamaan yung ating moving average. After this one, nag-continue siya pababa, umakyat ulit, and makikita natin na nagkakaroon ng rejection sa area na to kung saan nandyan yung ating moving average. So it respects the level. Alright? And it means na yung ating moving average from support level naging resistance level na siya. So from here, yung price ay continuing to go down. So nagkaroon na ng lower lows and lower highs, means na this time downtrend na. Alright? Yung price ay umakyat ulit, and again, nagkaroon tayo ng malakas na rejection from this resistance level, at yung price ay nag-continue pa pababa. So, in this one example, nakita natin kung paano ginagamit yung moving average as support or resistance level. Isa sa pinaka-importanting gamit ng moving average indicator ay ang pag-measure ng momentum. Para i-measure ang momentum sa market, kailangan nating gumamit ng dalawang moving average. Sa example na to, gagamit tayo ng isang 50 moving average at isang 200 moving average. Yung 50 moving average ang magsisilbi nating faster moving average, at yung 200 moving average naman ang magsisilbing slower moving average. Una, para malaman natin kung ano ba ang direksyon ng momentum na ating minimeasure, kailangan nating malaman kung yung faster moving average ba ay nasa baba ng slower moving average o nasa taas ng slower moving average. Kapag ang ating faster moving average ay nasa baba, ibig sabihin, ang minimeasure nating momentum ay ang direksyon ng market pababa. Kapag ang ating faster moving average naman ay nasa taas ng slower moving average, ibig sabihin, ang minimeasure natin ay ang direksyon ng market pataas. Paano naman natin malalaman kung ang momentum ay malakas o mahina? Sa chart na to, makikita natin na nagkaroon ng malaking gap sa pagitan ng dalawang moving average. Ibig sabihin ito na malakas ang momentum ng market. Ngayon, nakikita natin na ang ating faster moving average ay nasa ilalim ng ating slower moving average. Ibig sabihin nun, yung direction ng market ay pababa. At dahil nakita natin na merong malaking gap between the two moving average, ibig sabihin, malakas ang momentum ng ating market sa direction downwards. Ito naman ang isang example kung saan makikita natin na ang ating faster moving average ay nasa taas ng ating slower moving average. Ibig sabihin na ang dalaw ng market ay pataas. At makikita natin na nagkaroon ng malaking gap sa pagitan ng ating dalawang moving average. Ibig sabihin nito, lumalakas ang momentum ng price going up. Ito ang isang example na makikita natin na ang pagitan ng dalawang moving average ay hindi ganoon talaki. At makikita din natin sa price na ang pagbaba niya ay mas banayad at hindi masyadong pabulusok. Ibig sabihin, hindi ganoon kalakas ang momentum. Last but not the least, of course, ginagamit din yung ating moving average indicator as trade signal. For example, sa chart na to, makikita natin na meron tayong dalawang moving average. Isang 20 period at isang 50 period. Yung 20 period, yan yung ating faster moving average at yung 50 period, yan yung ating slower moving average. Pag nakita natin na yung faster moving average nag-cross above sa ating slower moving average, it is what we call the golden cross and it is considered as bullish. Pag nakita naman natin na yung faster moving average nag-cross below sa ating slower moving average, it is what we call the death cross and it is considered as bearish. Of course, hindi porket nakita natin na nag-cross yung dalawang moving average, mag-enter na tayo agad ng trade. We always need to add confluence. Sa strategy na to is meron tayong 5 elements na kailangang tignan. Una is yung moving average na gagamitin natin. Meron tayong dalawang moving averages. Una is yung short-term exponential moving average which is the 9-period moving average. Pangalawa is yung ating long-term exponential moving average na merong period naman na 21. Ginamit natin yung EMA or exponential moving average because it reacts faster to recent price movements compared to SMA, no? So it is ideal for scalping or shorter period time frame. The second element are the key levels for our additional confluence. So of course we have the support and resistance levels and the trend lines as well. The third element of this strategy is magdadagdag tayo ng isa pang indicator which is the RSI. Okay? And yung ating settings will be just the default settings, 14 period, the overbought will be the 70 level, and the oversold would be the 30 level. Okay? So we will add the RSI to enhance our accuracy when it comes to our trades. Ang pang-apat na element for this strategy is of course our rules in our entry. So for our buy entry conditions, first we need to wait for the 9 EMA to cross clearly above the 21 EMA. Pangalawa, yung price dapat ay nagtitrade above sa dalawang exponential moving average. Third, the entry should be near a short-term support level or a bullish trend line. Our fourth condition is of course the RSI. The RSI should be above the 50 level but below the 70 level. It indicates that there is a healthy bullish momentum. Ngayon naman, ito naman ang ating mga conditions for our sell entry. First, we need to wait for the 9 EMA to cross clearly below the 21 EMA. Second, the price must be trading below both EMAs after the crossover. Pangatlo, yung entry natin ay kailangan malapit sa short-term resistance level or bearish trend line. Lastly, of course, the RSI dapat ay nasa baba ng 50 level but above the 30 level which indicates a healthy bearish momentum. Now, for the fifth element of this strategy, here are the things that we need to avoid. First one, consolidation periods. Kailangan natin iwasan ang pagtitrade kapag nakikita natin na yung EMAs are nag-intertwine or nag-flat. Okay? So, ito ay nagsisignal na merong lack of clear trend direction. Second, iiwasan natin yung mga late entries. Pag nakita natin yung crossover at ilang candles nang nakalipas, hindi na tayo mag-enter ng trade. So, we can enter the trade 2 to 3 candles day after the crossover. The third thing that we need to avoid and the last one is trading near major news. Okay, so we have to make sure na walang major news because if may news, magkakaroon ng high volatility sa market and it may cause false crossover signals. Okay, so let's look at this chart right here. Of course, meron na tayong benefit of hindsight, pero ideally, ganito magpi-play out yung ating strategy. So, una, syempre, kailangan natin maghanap ng key level na malapit sa current price action. So, since this is the current price action, I think we can draw a support level right here. Okay? And pag in-extend natin yung chart to the left, may kita natin na also nagkaroon ng rejection yung price sa level na to. Okay? So that is our support level. Pangalawa, since support level yung ating key level, ang ating bias is to enter long position or buy. Okay? And for our buy condition, right? First, we need to see na yung faster moving average natin, which is 9 EMA, mag-cross above sa ating 21 EMA. Okay, so let's play. Okay, so as you can see right here, nakita natin na yung ating 9 EMA clearly nag-cross above sa ating slower EMA, which is yung 21 EMA. Okay? Pangatlo nating titignan is dapat yung market, no, yung price is trading above the 2 EMAs, okay? And that is what we see right here, no? Nagtitrade yung ating price above sa dalawang EMA. Alright? So the last thing, no, for a additional for our confluence, titignan natin yung RSI, and dapat siya ay below the 70 level but above the 50 level, so that it indicates a bullish, healthy bullish momentum. Okay? So let's play. Okay, so as you can see dito, nasa level na tayo na merong healthy bullish momentum. Okay? So basically, lahat ng hinahanap natin is nandito na, no? So apat 'yon. Key level, crossover, tapos trading above the both EMAs and then the RSI. Okay? So meaning, we can enter the trade right here. Okay? So after we enter the trade right here, tingnan natin kung ano yung mangyayari. Okay? So the price went up from our entry right here. Okay? So that's the ideal thing that we want to happen kapag ginamit natin itong strategy na to. So this is just one example, and this is for long position example. So it's your turn, no? Look at other charts, review, research even more. Tapos tignan mo kung ano yung mga pwedeng scenarios pag gagamitin itong strategy na to enter sell position naman or short position.